One wish for 2011 would be we want it to be a healthy and prosperous year for families, for the Sheriff's Department, and the citizens of Texas County. I think 2011 will be a good year. We need to remain optimistic. We have a lot of positive things going on in Texas County, in and around Houston, and I think all of them will have a positive outlook on the county. The Sheriff's Department would, with this, we want to grow and better serve the people of Texas County. Any grants that we have available, we will certainly pursue, and need to try to improve to better serve the citizens of Texas County.
I think 2011 will be a very optimistic year for the City of Houston. We have a lot of ongoing projects from 2010 that will continue next year. We have some infrastructure improvements, hopefully development of industrial park, and I'm just very optimistic for the future for Houston.
I think 2011 will be one of the most challenging years in our time, and it's going to call upon us to come up with some mutual adjustments, some compromises that we're willing to make in order for this nation to move forward. And right now, I believe the only people who are compromising or even willing to compromise are the middle class of people. And there's a chokehold somewhere where when you get above, even the upper middle class aren't willing to compromise. And I think that's what this country was founded on, was compromise. Our forefathers had to do it constantly. And I don't think we should make a lot of noise about being the one who's submitted or, sacrificed. We all need to do that. So, but I'm very optimistic about it because I think we are headed in a better direction. And I think it's going to get better. I wish it would go a little faster. I'm sure everybody does.
I believe that 2011 will bring much deserved happiness and joy. Have faith and believe that all things are possible. Anything could happen in 2011. Take one day at a time and focus on the future. Don't spend time worrying about what might have been. Focus on what's yet to come.
I think 2011 will bring hope and peace to some of the people in our community who's maybe jobless or lost their home, and they're hurting. And I just hope that if they reach out for our help, that we can help them and try to make things positive for everyone for this year. Thank you.
I think that 2011 will be a very exciting time to live in America and an exciting time to live in Houston, Missouri. I think in the past years, people have had to look within themselves and look toward their faith to find the courage and the character that they need to tighten their belts and face some hard times. And I think as a result of that, a lot of families and a lot of businesses as well have had to look at setting some different priorities. I think that will help us as families and as business owners and as employees to move into 2011 with a great attitude. I think a lot of great things will happen in 2011 here as our community leaders focus on what is right and what's good in Houston and the surrounding communities. Finally, as a woman of faith, I believe that no matter what 2011 brings, there will always be good things with us and that good things will continue to happen here. Thank you.
I think 2011 will bring opportunity to Texas County and the Houston area.
I think it's going to be a great year for us. This past year we went through colon cancer, so this year means a lot more to us, and not just the material things. I think things in life in general is more important to us than a lot of things now. I think you can make the new year what you want it to be. It can be doom and despair, or you can, live one day at a time. I do believe that I was raised in a different generation, that I didn't have as much, and I appreciated things more so. My dad always told us if we couldn't pay for it, that we didn't need it that bad. And my kids today, I don't think they have that. They want it now. And that's why the credit card is the boss of their life. And of course, I do think that we're going to, prices of the food and gas and different things will be higher this year, yes. But we can go back to the basics of having a good garden, and there you get good exercise and you get good tasting food. The gas prices, we need it to get to our work, yes. And a lot of us are blessed to have a job, but we can find things more close to home, and even in our backyard, we can play lots of games and even visit our kin folks that we neglected for a while. We have to cut back, somewhere. It's going to be harder on the younger generation, but it kind of looks, if my glass is full or if it's half empty, I've still got water in it. I'm blessed to have something to drink. And I don't know. I just give the Lord a lot of, we have to live one day at a time. And I am one of the blessed that I am going to be retiring next year. So it probably won't be full-time because of the economy, and I'm working because of my insurance. But I'm looking forward to that time that I can pull away and not have to hit it so hard, I guess, that I am blessed.
I think 2011 will be a better year in some ways. It will bring some new changes for the community and also personally in my life. That is what I look forward to the most for 2011.
I think 2011 will be the year that the economy starts coming back, the wars will start to end, the new ones will start. Hopefully it'll be the year that all of us figured out that we can't overspend, we need to live within our means, and figure out that family is what matters, whether you're a close family or just ones you adopted in.
I think the year 2011 will be a good year for the City of Houston Fire Department. We've got several grant applications out that's looking good for new equipment. The city fathers have always been very progressive, as you can see with our fairly new equipment, and we continue to train to be able to be professionals to run this equipment. Our ISO 4 classification is an insurance classification, and it saves approximately $300,000 a year for residents of Houston to keep that money in town. And our sales tax on this truck runs out in another 5 years. Hopefully we'll be able to replace more equipment when the time comes.
Well, I think 2011 will be varied in many areas of the life of the citizens of our community and county. I think there will be a continuation of the struggles that are present in the coming year, but it doesn't have to leave us hopeless. We always need to have hope. I believe that it can provide opportunities in our community to come together and address some issues that we're all aware of. I believe we increasingly see the devastation that alcohol and drug abuse brings into our community, and we can complain and talk about it, but it's an opportunity for the leaders and the citizens of the community to come together and ask, how can we work with this? And I include pastors, churches, law enforcement, social agency, and citizens. I believe that if we come together in a unified effort, we can make a difference. I also know that there is always hope, and we need to keep our focus on that. I always have hope because my worldview is biblically based, and I believe that it always provides hope for people. Another thing that I thought about was what is exciting that will happen this next year. Excited about more improvements with health care in the hospital, being able to build a new core hospital that can upgrade the health care we're providing to our citizens. And with this, it encourages our recruitment of new physicians to serve our citizens in the area. I find that very exciting. I'm excited about the prospects of having a private school in the area, so people who desire those opportunities will have them, and we will also have our public education. I think in our rural area that's extremely exciting. I also think that we might be surprised at the end of 2011 of the positive things that will go on this coming year in the midst of down times in our nation and in our community, as we work together, as we face adversity together, as we do this in a unified effort rather than in an adversarial mode. I believe a lot can be accomplished in the year of 2011.